Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. How are we doing today? Alhamdulillah. اليوم بإذن الله راح نتناول الصف الثالث والرابع الابتدائي مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. And today, inshallah, we are going to continue with practice 2. Last time we did practice number 1, and today we're going to continue with practice number 2. معكم المعلمة سارة الشبيكي. As always, it's a pleasure. So let's begin with remembering our classroom agreements. Remember, you can't learn if you're hungry, so grab a snack if you're hungry and then come back to class. Also, you will be ready to learn if the place you're sitting in is nice and quiet. Last but not least, you will need pens, pencils, a notebook on the side. Do you have a favorite notebook that you've been using since the beginning? Yes, bring it today with your We Can 2 book. Ready? Okay, so let's begin by going over what we did last time. Let's look at these letters together. So like we said, we did practice number 1 last time. So the letters that we learned to trace, write, and identify the sounds of are the letters, the letter K for kiwi, the letter L for lion, the letter M for monkey, the letter N for nest, the letter O for the undersea animal, octopus. Excellent. So today we will continue matching sounds to letters. We will match words to photos and drawings. We will read simple words together. We will also write upper, lowercase letters correctly. We will do controlled writing, such as supplying missing letters. We will use lined paper correctly with headline, baseline, and midline. Okay, so boys and girls, before listening to this audio, I just want to ask you, do you have favorite coloring pencils, favorite markers, maybe favorite pens? You have a favorite pen that you like to write with? Do you? Could you show me the pen that you're using today? Show it to me. How do you hold it? Do you like to draw or write? I like to do both. So let's listen together. We're going to learn about a special pen that one of the speakers like to use for drawing and writing. Are you ready? Let's listen together.
Hi Sarah, did you draw this?
Yes, I love to use different pens to draw and write.
What pen are you using?
This is a pen with black ink. It helps my handwriting look nice.
I can see that you wrote 2 sentences. You also used the pen to draw.
Yes, I enjoyed using this pen for drawing as well.
What did you draw?
Well, I drew a rabbit enjoying the sun and sitting on a quilt.
I think I'll start using different pens to draw and doodle too.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby. You'll enjoy it. Okay, so when you were listening to the audio, what words did you hear that made you remember some of the things we took before? Yes, the word pen. We took the word pen before, right? Also, what other? Rabbit. Excellent. You can see the picture of the rabbit. What is the rabbit sitting on? Yes, a quilt. Now let's just look at the quilt together for a moment. Why do we say quilt and not blanket? You will notice that the rabbit is sitting on, there are squares, right? Can you see different squares? Yes, there are different squares. They don't have, not necessarily different colors. This one has stars, this one has sun, like 3 pictures of sun. This one has lines, this one has dots. So basically a quilt is like a blanket that has different textures, you can say, different, maybe you can see different drawings on it, right? or different colors. So there are different kinds of quilts, okay? So that you know the difference between a quilt and a blanket. Now, what other things, what did you hear? Yes, they were talking about the sun. We took the word sun before, did we? We didn't? We did. Okay, what else did we take? So, what color is the pen? It has, did you hear her say black ink? Did you? Excellent. Now let's listen to it one more time. This time, I want you to look for words. Okay? As you listen, look for words that we took before. Ready? Okay.
Hi, Sarah. Did you draw this?
Yes. I love to use different pens to draw and write.
What pen are you using?
This is a pen with black ink. It helps my handwriting look nice.
I can see that you wrote 2 sentences. You also used the pen to draw.
Yes, I enjoyed using this pen for drawing as well.
What did you draw?
Well, I drew a rabbit enjoying the sun and sitting on a quilt.
I think I'll start using different pens to draw and doodle too.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby. You'll enjoy it. Okay, the last word, maybe you picked up on it, but maybe you haven't heard of it before. It's called doodle. Do you know what doodle means? Doodling can be something you can just sit and just write and draw at the same time. It's actually fun. Once you get used to it, maybe you start creating new drawings from doodling. All right? So how was it? Do you remember the words? Now let's continue. So, on page 45, we are going to listen and trace. We're going to trace the letter of the first sound we hear of the whole word. Are you ready? Let's begin. Let's begin. Number 1. T, t, tiger. T, t, tiger. Do you remember our friend, the lion? Yes, starts with the letter L. This here is tiger. It starts with the letter T. Let's trace the letter T together and then write it down. Draw a line and then cross it from the top. Remember, the lowercase t, the cross is at the bottom, the middle. This is lowercase t. Do you remember how uppercase T looks like? Okay, it's important to know the difference. Let's continue. Number 2. P, p, pen. P, p, pen. So, which of these letters sounds like the beginning of the word pen? Excellent. The letter P. Yes. Let's trace the letter P and let's write lower and uppercase so we can see the difference. So this is lowercase p. It goes below the line. And this is uppercase p. Remember what we said about uppercase letters? They always stand on the line. They never have a tail. Clear? Let's continue. Number 3. S, s, sun. S, s, sun. Did you hear that sound? Sun begins with the letter S. Let's trace the letter S together. Lowercase s. This is lowercase s. It's a short letter. Let's do the uppercase s. Do they look the same? Yes, they do look the same, but the lowercase s is smaller. And the uppercase s takes up the entire space. Clear? Let's continue. Number 4. K,
quilt, quilt.
So remember when we talked about letters in the alphabet that have sounds in common? This k sound is one of them. Can you think of other words that begin with the k sound? Yes. Kiwi. Cow begins with the k sound. This one here is the letter Q. Now let's write the letter Q together. Let's trace it and then write it. This is the letter Q. Uppercase Q looks like this. And then a small tail coming out like this. You see the difference? They look different, right? They do. Now let's look at the picture of the quilt together. What do you notice? Remember, the rabbit was sitting on a quilt also. It had different patterns. This one has different. Do you know the word starts with the letter C? Has different colors. Yes. Like over here we have orange. Over here we have purple. We have green. This is what makes a quilt a quilt. Clear? Quilt. Remember, Q and, can you write the word quilt? Q and U. Excellent. ILT.
Number 5. Rabbit. Rabbit.
This time, the rabbit is holding a carrot. It starts with a letter R. Let's write lower and uppercase R. So this is lowercase r, and this is uppercase R. Do they look the same? No, they look different, right? This is one of those letters that look different in uppercase and lowercase. Let's continue.
Number 6. Tiger. Tiger.
Again, we're doing tiger again. Look at uppercase and lowercase t. Okay, so next we are going to write the letters without tracing them. We're going to listen and write the sound, okay? The sound of the first letter of the word. Now I challenge you to write the whole word. Or you can write it in your notebook, or you can even fit it in your We Can To book. Depends on what you want. Are you ready for the challenge? Okay, let's begin.
This time, write the first letter of the word you hear. Are you ready? Listen carefully. Number 1. Pen.
Pen. P-E-N.
Number 2. Tiger.
Gur. Now let me ask you, does the I have a long sound or a short sound? Tiger. Yes, it has a long I sound. Excellent. Thank you for noticing. Can you think of another I sound? Yes, number 8 has a long I sound. Excellent. Also, 9. 9, just like tiger. Right? That's a long I sound.
Number 3. Rabbit.
Now the word rabbit also has an I. Is it short or is it long? Eh. Did I say I? No. Rabbit. Eh. It's very important that we notice the sounds of the vowels, right? Rabbit. Number 4. Sun. S. S. This is the sun. S-U-N. Sun. Number 5. Quilt. K. K. Remember, we said that a Q always has a U. Excellent. We have another I. Is it long or short? Yes, the I in quilt is short. Next. Number 6. Pen. P. P. Yes, we have the letter P. E. N. Pen. Now, we are going to read sentences together. Do you know what a sentence is? Yes, it's a group of words that come together and make an idea. It begins with a capital letter. It ends with punctuation. We are going to read sentences and then we are going to write missing words. Are you ready? Now, this is not in your books, but you can use your notebooks for practice. Let's continue. So it says over here, we can use a to write on paper. What were we talking about at the very beginning? Yes, you can use a pencil. You can also use a pen. Let's write the word pen together. P-E-N. Excellent. Now look at this cat. This cat is sitting on a folded, you see these little squares? What kind of fabric is this? Yes, on a folded quilt. Are you able to write down with me the word quilt? It is sitting on a folded quilt. Do you know what folded means? Do you fold your clothes when you come from school? Or do you hang them? So when you fold your clothes, you put them together. It's like you take one end and then you close it to the other end. And then you bring the other end and you put it on top of it until the same, you can say the same fabric is all together in an organized way, I guess. Okay? So the cat is sitting on a folded quilt. It's nice and soft for the cat. Okay, let's continue. So there is a, what is this doing here? What's this animal? There is a something underground. What's this animal again? It's a rabbit. Excellent. Rabbit. R-A-B-B-I-T. Underground. So the kids are playing. Look at this picture of the boys and the girl. Do you see this? It's high in the sky. The light is nice and bright. So the boys are playing, the kids are playing. The kids are playing while the is bright. We put here the word sun. Excellent. Sun. Do you like to play when the sun is bright? Nice. Okay. And this is the is trying to jump. Do you know what jump means? Go ahead, stand up and jump. Just like this. Tiger. Excellent. Let's read the sentence again. The tiger, T-I-G-E-R, is trying to jump. Did you write with me? Jump. Do you know what jump means? Yes, you know. Did you jump when I asked you to? Stand up and... Remember the monkeys jumping on the bed? Yes, one fell off and bumped his head. This is where we got jump from. Okay, now we are going to review what we did today. So we learned how to trace, write and identify the sounds of the letters P for pen, Q for quilt, R for rabbit, S for sun, and T for tiger. Okay, so boys and girls, now speaking of the sun, now the sun is very important, right? It keeps us warm, helps us see during the day, right? It helps plants grow. It gives plants energy so that it can grow and we can eat these plants. But still, we need to protect ourselves from the sun. We need to protect remember what we talked about before in our early units? We have 2 of them. We need to protect our eyes with, what's the girl wearing behind me? Let's read the sentence together. It says here, don't forget to wear sunglasses to protect your eyes from the bright sun. If you look straight into the sun, it's not good for your eyes. So make sure that if it's really sunny, that you wear sunglasses. All right, boys and girls, I hope you had fun as much as I did. Until we meet again next time, inshallah. See you soon.